Welcome back to MuscleTV. We just love it when Jeremy McLay's on the show. He really knows his stuff and he always brings it when it comes to hard training. And tonight's no exception as he takes us through a buy and try workout with a difference.
Okay, so I'm going to take us through a tricep and bicep workout today. I've thrown in some of the old school exercises because basically they work. They're the bread and butter of basic exercises to stimulate the muscle. And then I've thrown in some cable twists of my own just to add another dimension to the training, to give you crazy pumps, to give you a better mind-muscle connection and a really good contraction. Okay, so we're going to start our tricep workout with close grip barbell presses. Obviously, you can't just dive straight into super heavy sets, so I'm going to do a couple of warm-up sets first. This is a standard mass-building, old-school exercise. You can't beat them for overall tricep strength and mass. Probably the best tip to remember for close grip presses is the position of your elbows. You're trying to just graze them in by your sides as you're pressing so that you isolate the triceps and not bring into play shoulders and chest. Basically, with this kind of movement, a lot of guys get caught up worried about what they're lifting. If you're trying to establish a good mind-muscle connection for the purposes of hypertrophy of actual growing muscle, you need to focus more on your technique with this exercise. Okay, so we're going to mix things up a bit. This is what you need to do with exercises like this. So we've warmed up properly. I've done one working set and now I'm going to do a triple drop. Lucky enough, Ramos is here to spot me, so I'm going to go to failure on the first weight. Then Ramos is going to strip the plates off, go to failure again on the second set, strip some more weight off and then fail again on the third. Thanks, buddy. All right, so that was super tough. Nothing like a triple drop set to get you breathing. Now we're going to move on to tricep extensions. The beauty of these cable attachments is that you get to use a full range of motion that you normally wouldn't feel with other apparatus. And also these handles give you the option of where you want to place your wrists at the end of the movement. Sometimes I find that I want to externally rotate my wrists for a good contraction. Sometimes you want to keep them in the supinated position to work on the outer head of the tricep. The main purpose of this exercise is to try and get the best pump and squeeze and mind-muscle connection you can. So if that means mixing it up a little bit with the position of your wrists, then go for it. So for this exercise, we're improvising today with one of these adjustable benches. I have no back support, so I have to be conscious of my posture throughout this, but if your gym has one of those half benches, by all means use it. The third and final exercise in our tricep routine is seated behind the neck tricep extension. I like to think of this as like the flies for tries. So it's a stretch exercise. You're trying to focus on stretching that crazy pump that you've just got with the earlier exercises and finishing off with a full contraction in that extended position, which is going to hit the long head of tricep, which tends not to get used in the other movements. Okay, last set of these. Definitely puffed now and got a real crazy tricep pump going. And then we'll move on to buys. So after tries, we're going to move on to biceps. Another 3 exercises. The first one is going to be a standing cable curl with the same elongated cable attachments as we used earlier. The benefits of using this exercise is that you get the constant tension from the cable machine. You also get the added bonus of being able to use biceps through its full range of motion, so through both elbow flexion and supination. With these cable exercises, you're working on form and technique. So it's not about throwing around heavy weights as in a dumbbell or a barbell exercise. It's about constant tension, mind-muscle connection, and working on a really strong contraction. Okay, so that's it for those. Now we're going to move on to some spider curls. So this is one when you're lying on an incline bench, flat on your chest, using dumbbells or a barbell, but we're going to try and use a barbell today. So for spider curls, we'll probably move in the 10 to 12 rep range. It is a very difficult position. A lot of people are quite shocked at how little weight gets the job done again in this position. The beauty of spider curls as opposed to any other form of bicep curls is it's a very strict position. You're locked against the bench. It eradicates the swinging or momentum component that some guys like to use, so it's very strict form. See what I mean? Lightweight, ridiculously hard. Okay, so for the last bicep exercise, we're going to do seated incline dumbbell curls. Once again, the beauty of this exercise is it's like doing flies for buys this time. It offers a really great stretch on the muscle. You've already established an awesome pump through the earlier exercises, and this exercise forces you to stretch them out, and in this incline position, get a really full contraction at the top as well. I like to do these together. I think alternate is another option. Also, being the last exercise, I'm trying to discourage heavy weight because you're trying to work on the pre-stretch and your form. That is it. Biceps absolutely fried. All right, so as you can see, that was a sweaty, tough workout. A lot of suffering. On paper, it didn't look like a long arms workout, but trust me, if you throw that in once every few workouts, you'll realize that you really needed something to mix it up a bit and get a crazy pump going.
Thanks, Jeremy. He always gets that crazy pump and always delivers with his workouts. Good stuff, mate. Well, that's about it for tonight's show. We hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and until next week, see you in the gym.
MuscleTV was proudly brought to you by Maxine's, for the body you want, and Max's, because life's too short to be small.